There. Oh gosh, I hate cameras. Howdy, I'm Gray Pilgrim. How many of you have thought of the SHTF situation and what you would do? Well, I've thought of it myself. I mean, come on, we've all thought of it, right? If the shit hits the fan, what are you going to do? If it's what I used to call the big blow up, or say total collapse of society, nuclear war, etc., etc. I thought of it so much that I moved where I live now because of it. See, back in the 90s, very early 90s, I was married, had a baby boy, and some pets, and I was living, well, where I-5 and I-40 cross, Albuquerque, New Mexico. X marks the spot, right? Well, Albuquerque was high on what I used to call the shit list. The main logistically sensitive areas that would probably be either hit by nuclear bombs or missiles. Number one would probably be Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska. Number two would either be Washington, D.C. as a logistical sort of target, or Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. At the time, it was the Strategic Air Command's center. Offutt was their control center. Was a little place there called the Hole, which is where a lot of the coordination took place. But that aside, I moved to Oregon because Oregon is not on any kind of strategic bombing lists. There's nothing west of us, and therefore any nuclear explosions, the prevailing wind patterns would carry it east. And I'm down in the, in a tributary of the Willamette River Valley, so I'm not in exactly a place that would be a proper target. Plus, I'm in the breadbasket of North America, or one of them. You can grow anything here. I've spent the last few days cleaning up my garden and getting it planted, and I have great hopes for this harvest season. Anyway, but in the event of SHTF, what you do, first of all, what kind of sidearm are you going to carry? Well, for me, it would be this. This is a AT-84. It's a clone of the CZ-75, the Czechoslovakian military sidearm, and happens to be in a SIG holster, but it just fits like a glove. Holds 15 rounds of 9mm. I've got 5 magazines for this thing, and a built holster gizmo for 4 of them, and another one in here. So I think that pretty well covers the handgun. But the whole purpose behind a handgun, as somebody once quoted, is to give you time to get to a rifle. Well, I would use either an AR or a Mini 14 or something like that. Or I'd go for a little more tactical, and I'd go for either a G3 clone or I've got this a 4956 French one up here that's been rechambered in 308, so that might work. I do have a new firing pin in it because the original one is not so good. If you ever have one of those things, change out your firing pin. Look up that particular aspect. But if SHTF is not the thing, and you're just walking down the American road these days, what do you carry? Well, for me, on a daily basis, I carry a Ruger in 38 Special. This is an LCR. It's an air weight. And I'll empty it. And let me show you something. Oh, look at this. What all these have in common is they're all in 38. Yeah, I know. That doesn't look like a 38, does it? Oh, let's do this. This, of all things, is a Griswold and Gunnison, but it has a Taylor's & Company 38 Special centerfire cylinder added to it. So this is indeed in 38. This is a 357 maximum barrel for a Thompson Center Contender, and it shoots 38. This is a Trooper Special or something, or I forget what they call it, but this is the standard issue to a 38 Special that they issued to cops back in the 50s, and it's in 38. It's six shot, and this. Oh, I should empty it too. This sits on my bedside table. By the way, the BT-84 also sits on the far end of the table, but this is my Taurus Model 85, which is in stainless and sits on the bedside table. This is so I can go bang bang, and it give me enough time to get to the rifle that's in my closet, or the shotgun, depending on which I reach for. But what these all have in common is they're all in 38 Special. Well, 38, I should say, this one will shoot 38, 357, or 357 maximum, but it'll also shoot another round. It's an Iver Johnson, but this is in 38 Smith & Wesson short or long, which is not quite 38 Special, but it'll do. This was what was called in the day Saturday Night Special, or a belly gun, and it does work. It's a top break, as you can see, but it's and it does work. So I got this because I just wanted an example of type. But 38, it's not the greatest cartridge. It doesn't have stopping power, as Jeff Cooper would call it, but it's good enough to get you to your rifle. That's my attitude. And in a pinch, this is light enough, and in my pocket, I don't have that big, heavy AT-84 on my hip, and I'm not going to have it walking down the street or going to Sunnycotameetin or any other place. But this guy is going to be on me anywhere I go. And I'm not going to go any place where I can't carry it. So the courts be damned. Anyway, just my thoughts on SHTF.